Okay, so in this video, I'm pretty much going to show you guys how I actually create my floral garlands or my floral beams or anything that I attach to any of my backdrops. And what I pretty much always start with or always use is some kind of styrofoam, because the floral stems are able to go through very easily. Not to mention, I love the fact that they have the holes in the middle because they are easy to attach to any kind of pipe or any kind of crossbar. So only thing you want to do, since I am actually going to be making a floral beam across the top of one of my backdrops, I'm just using two noodles, pool noodles that you can get from Walmart, you can get them from Amazon, you can pretty much pick them up from anywhere. And then you're going to be utilizing any kind of knife or a box cutter or something like that. But you do want to be careful because it's a knife, right? So also when you're choosing your flowers, for this design, I'm going to be pretty much attaching this to a chiffon, like a blush color canopy. So I just picked different florals, like nothing specific. I went in the store, I saw what I liked, and I just picked up bunches of flowers. So I have about a good 15 bunches here. And like I said, it's just assorted flowers. I don't know the name of them, so I'm not a floral person, but I just saw what I liked. And then I pretty much just separated each of the stems with some snippers, right? Some little wire snippers. So when you first get a bunch, and some of these I even actually got from the dollar store. So when you first get a bunch, it pretty much will look like this. This is pretty much the entire bunch. So it shows you how small it is. It's not a huge one. But then I did have some of the huger bunches that had maybe like 6 heads on it, like 6 flowers or something like that. So once you separate all of your flowers, and as well as your greenery, if you want green, some of the flower attachments is just flowers. It's really not a lot of greenery. I love greenery, which is the reason why I'm using a lot of greenery. So what you're going to do is you're going to find, this one is already cut, as you can see. I already cut that. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your pool noodle, then you're just going to take your box cutter. You want it out at as far as it can go, to just make sure it go through the entire noodle, right? So you just want to start at one tip, cut all the way through, and you want to try and keep this as straight as possible. Right? Then you want to retract your blade so that it's not extended and no one gets cut. At that point, you pretty much can just start attaching your flowers to the noodle. Now, you can do this one of 2 ways. You could put the noodle onto your backdrop, onto the crossbar, and then start inserting your florals. I like to do it at a table length, or at table height, because it just gives me better control over exactly where I want my flowers to be. So first thing first is I'm going to get all of my green pieces, and I'm going to start inserting those first. Okay, so now I went on ahead and I set up my pipe stand just so you guys can see another way to do it, in which it may be easier for you. So it gives you the option to figure out if you want to do it on the table or if you want to go ahead and attach it to the pipe stand. So again, we already put our slit in the the noodle. And at this point, you just want to attach it to your crossbar by just sliding it on there. Okay, then you just want to take it all the way to the end. So now you're going to have to measure out your other noodle so you can cut it so it could be a good size for your crossbar. So I'm going to take my razor cutter and just give it a nice slit all the way around. Now, I'm not going to get rid of this piece because I can always still use it if I want to extend this out, let's just say to maybe 8 feet, right? So I'm going to now attach this piece And now that's a perfect size for my floral arrangements. Now, once you attach it, you may have had some florals that's too long. If that's the case, these are the snippers. Only thing you're gonna do is cut them down to your desired size, right? So I've already gone and cut most of mine. And at this point, only thing you're gonna do is start to insert your florals. Now, like I mentioned, I always tend to do my greenery first. That way I can fill it up, and then I go in and put my florals wherever I kind of want them to be. So you're just going to take this pointy end and begin to insert them into your unit. Like I said, I'll scatter mine about, just so it's not, it's easier to fill in when you kind of just got to fill in certain spots. So if you are having a floral bunch just like this, just want to go in and cut them off of the stem, and just make sure it's not too long unless you have a really big noodle. So guys, as you can see, if you have the help of a team, things will move along a lot quicker, but we pretty much assemble almost all of our florals up on the beam, on the crossbar. And we got a couple of scattered pieces left. So when you kind of get to maybe your last, I would say 4 heads of flowers, that's when you want to stand back, look for your holes, or spaces that look a little empty, or maybe it's more flowers on one side than it is on the other. That's when you can begin to fill it up, right? So I am noticing, like here in this area, it could use a little more florals. Also, when I was working on this side, the florals it kind of was beginning to rotate. If that begins to happen, only thing you need to do is take a zip tie, and you will take the zip tie and tie it around the crossbar to make it really tight, so that your florals don't begin to rotate such as this, right? And that's the only thing that's going to fix that. And once we are finished with the entire design, we can either attach this to a backdrop, or we can attach some pole covers or something like that and leave it just like this, depending on why you are making this kind of design. So what we're going to actually be doing is attaching this to a canopy. You'll be able to get a glimpse of the, once we're finished, how it actually turned out. But that's pretty much it when it comes to floral designs such as this. Another thing I want to mention is you can still utilize these same pool noodles and make some tiebacks. You can make floral tiebacks as well. And I'm gonna show you a brief example of what I mean. So you're just gonna pretty much I would make mine about 6 inches in length because I want it really full. You could do anywhere from 6 to 8 inches, but I wouldn't do anything less because it's going to be kind of flimsy. So you just want to cut that around. Pop that off. Attach it to your upright, and you're going to do the same exact thing you did before. You're going to start inserting your florals. All right guys, so this is one really quick, easy way to attach florals, not only to your backdrop, to your pipe and drape, if you want to just leave it as florals, but this is a quick and easy way where you can increase your revenue by adding embellishments such as this. If you found this tip to be helpful, you can simply let me know by just liking this video. If you have a community, or perhaps you know any groups where this video will be beneficial and it may help other people, simply share this video with your community, friends, and your family, and anyone else that you think could benefit from it, right? Not to mention, if you're looking to take your skills to the next level and just really don't know where to start, maybe this wasn't as detailed enough for you and you really need some hand holding, trust me, I am your girl. I have several different memberships, different access levels that'll help you exactly where you are. If you're a newbie, it's definitely a lot of resources for that, and maybe you may be advanced, but you just want to possibly learn tent draping, or maybe you want to learn ceiling, or maybe you want to learn dome canopies and things like that. Trust me, it's something for you by just clicking the links below. Different access levels, different membership levels, something for everyone. Click the links below and get access immediately. I hope to see you guys on the inside.